Trapped underground after a nuclear attack, 9 strangers struggle to survive in a bunker beneath their New York apartment. But as supplies dwindle and paranoia takes hold, the real danger isn't outside. It's each other. With no rescue in sight, one survivor clings to a desperate hope for escape. But at what cost? The movie begins with nuclear explosions tearing through New York City. Chaos erupts as residents of an apartment building scramble to escape. Some rush downstairs, hoping to find a way out. But the destruction above forces them to take shelter in the basement. The situation grows desperate as more explosions rock the building, sealing off any chance of leaving. Among the residents, only 8 manage to squeeze into the building's bomb shelter before the superintendent, Mickey, slams the door shut. The survivors include Eva and her boyfriend Sam, 2 brothers named Josh and Adrian, Josh's friend Bobby, a woman named Marilyn and her young daughter Wendy, and a man named Delvin. Trapped in a confined space with no idea what's happening outside, fear and uncertainty take over. At first, the group tries to adjust to their surroundings, but tensions quickly rise. Mickey, the one who locked them in, takes control of the shelter, acting as if he is in charge. His strict rules and harsh attitude frustrate others, especially Josh, Bobby, and Delvin, who do not want to be bossed around. With no clear leader and no plan, frustration builds. Supplies are limited, and the air inside grows heavy with anxiety. Everyone wonders how long they will be trapped underground. Then, without warning, a sudden attack shatters their fragile sense of security. The shelter's door is violently forced open, and a group of armed soldiers in biohazard suits storm in. Their faces are hidden behind masks, and their voices are muffled, making their speech impossible to understand. They offer no explanation for their presence. Instead, they attack the group without hesitation, creating panic and confusion. Before anyone can react, the soldiers seize young Wendy and drag her away. Marilyn, her mother, screams in terror, but she is powerless to stop them. The soldiers show no mercy as they leave the shelter, taking the little girl with them. The rest of the group is left in shock, trying to process what just happened. Amidst the chaos, Delvin and Mickey fight back. In a desperate struggle, they manage to kill 3 of the intruders. As the bodies collapse to the floor, silence fills the room. For a brief moment, there's relief. At least they are no longer defenseless. Mickey quickly grabs a rifle from one of the fallen soldiers, gripping it tightly as if it is his last chance at survival. But the danger is far from over. Wendy is gone, and her fate is unknown. Josh, unable to sit back and do nothing, makes a bold decision. He volunteers to put on one of the dead soldiers' biohazard suits, hoping to blend in. If he can pass as one of them, maybe he can slip out and find Wendy before it's too late. The others watch as he prepares to leave, knowing the risks are high. But they have no better choice. Josh steps outside the shelter and finds himself in a strange, enclosed area. Plastic sheeted tunnels stretch in every direction, forming a sealed-off path that leads to a mysterious laboratory. The air outside is contaminated, but Josh's stolen biohazard suit allows him to move undetected. He carefully makes his way through the lab, trying to remain unnoticed. Inside, he discovers rows of stasis units, each containing a child. Their heads are shaved, their eyes covered with bandages, and they appear unconscious. Among them is Wendy. Shocked by what he sees, Josh realizes that she and the other children are being experimented on. Before he can do anything, a soldier notices him. The soldier examines the ID on Josh's suit, quickly realizing he is an intruder. Without hesitation, the soldier rips out Josh's breathing apparatus, exposing him to the toxic air. Panicked, Josh fights back and manages to escape. He sprints through the tunnels, dodging soldiers, as he makes his way back to the shelter. In a desperate attempt to survive, he kills 2 soldiers before reaching the door. The others pull him inside just in time, but the danger isn't over. The remaining soldiers retaliate by sealing the shelter from the outside, welding the door shut. The group is now completely trapped. Days pass, and the harsh reality of their situation sinks in. With no way out and dwindling resources, desperation grows. Josh begins showing signs of radiation sickness. Weakened and guilt-ridden, he confesses to his brother Adrian that he never intended to save everyone. He only went outside hoping to find a way to escape with Adrian. leaving the others behind. His selfish motives weigh heavily on him, but there is no changing the past. Meanwhile, tensions between the survivors escalate. Ava, feeling distant from her boyfriend Sam, finds herself drawn to Adrian. Unlike Sam, who remains passive and fearful, Adrian shows strength, and their bond deepens in the shelter's claustrophobic environment. Sam notices the growing closeness between them, but he's too weak-willed to confront it. As conditions worsen, the group is forced to take drastic measures. Bobby, eager to prove himself useful, volunteers for a grim task, cutting up the corpses of the dead soldiers. Their decaying bodies threaten to contaminate the air, so he dismembers them and disposes of the remains through the shelter's septic system. The others watch in horror, but say nothing. Delvin, meanwhile, grows suspicious of Mickey. He believes the superintendent is secretly hoarding food and water, keeping more than his fair share. Paranoia spreads, and the fragile alliances within the group begin to crack. Marilyn, devastated after Josh tells her that Wendy is dead, seeks comfort in Bobby. As time passes, tensions inside the shelter reach a boiling point. Marilyn, growing more desperate, warns Eva about the men. She tries to convince her to sleep with Josh, suggesting that it's only a matter of time before the men start demanding sex. Eva is disturbed by the idea but says nothing. Meanwhile, frustration with Mickey grows as supplies dwindle. Delvin, convinced that Mickey is hoarding resources, makes a shocking discovery: a locked safe room that Mickey has kept hidden. Furious, Delvin demands that Mickey open the door. When Mickey refuses, Delvin threatens him with a taser, pushing him toward the safe. A struggle breaks out. In the chaos, Mickey grabs the rifle and shoots Delvin in the head, killing him instantly. The rest of the group is horrified. Mickey insists that he acted in self-defense, but no one believes him. The air inside the shelter turns hostile, and any remaining trust between them shatters. Josh, now visibly sick from radiation exposure, and Bobby, growing increasingly unhinged, decide to take matters into their own hands. They drag Mickey away and begin torturing him, demanding the code to his safe room. Their methods grow more brutal, and Mickey's screams fill the shelter. Eva, unable to stand by and watch, tries to stop Josh from going too far. She seizes the rifle and throws it down the toilet, ensuring that Josh cannot use it. But this small act of defiance changes nothing. With Delvin dead and Mickey helpless, Josh and Bobby seize full control. Drunk on power, the two turn their aggression toward Marilyn. They physically and emotionally torment her, breaking what little spirit she has left. Josh, now fully consumed by his desires, makes it clear that he wants Eva for himself. Sam, too weak and afraid, does nothing to protect her. Eva and Sam try to shield Marilyn from the abuse, but Josh and Bobby overpower them. As Eva watches over the battered Mickey, he whispers something to her. There is a gun hidden inside his safe room. Josh and Bobby continue to assert their dominance, forcing Eva to dismember Delvin's corpse when Sam proves too weak to do it. The gruesome task leaves her horrified and emotionally shattered, but she has no choice. As the days pass, both Josh and Bobby lose more hair due to radiation sickness. Instead of panicking, they embrace their condition, shaving their heads completely. Their transformation into ruthless, power-hungry figures is complete. Meanwhile, Mickey quietly shares a secret with Ava. There is another way out. The shelter connects to a sewer system through the septic tank. Hope flickers within Ava, but escape won't be easy. She knows she needs a weapon, so she tries to retrieve the gun from Mickey's safe room. However, Josh and Bobby stand in her way, watching her every move. While searching for an opportunity, Eva stumbles upon Marilyn's lifeless body. Josh and Bobby have beaten her to death. Any remaining doubt about their cruelty disappears. As Eva processes the horror, she notices strands of her hair falling out. A terrifying truth dawns on her. The shelter isn't protecting them. Determined to act, Eva devises a plan. She sends Sam to retrieve the gun while she distracts Bobby and lures Josh away by pretending to give in to his advances. Josh, suspicious but eager, falls for the bait. However, when he tries to force himself on her, Eva fights back. Adrian joins the struggle, helping her fend off Josh just long enough for Sam to get the weapon. With the gun in hand, Sam suddenly finds himself in control. Josh, Bobby, Eva, and Adrian all shout at him, demanding that he hand the gun over. Overwhelmed, Sam makes a shocking decision. He shoots and kills Adrian. Whether it is an accident or a jealous outburst over Eva's growing affection for Adrian remains unclear. Before Sam can process what he's done, Josh attacks him in a blind rage, beating him mercilessly. Bobby, sensing the power shift, turns against Josh and prepares to shoot him. But before he can pull the trigger, Eva seizes an opportunity. Grabbing a sharp tin can lid, she slashes Bobby's throat, killing him instantly. With the chaos reaching its peak, Eva rushes to free Mickey. Wasting no time, Mickey grabs the gun and shoots Josh. But even in his final moments, Josh refuses to go down without causing more destruction. He smashes an oil lamp, igniting a fire that quickly spreads through the shelter. As the flames consume everything, Mickey and Sam scramble to put out the fire. But Eva makes her choice. She won't die here. She retrieves the biohazard suit and locks herself inside the safe room, leaving Sam and Mickey behind to perish in the burning shelter. Eva breaks through the toilet and drops into the septic tank below. The air is foul, but she pushes forward, desperate to escape. In the darkness, she finds a ladder leading up to the street. Climbing quickly, she finally reaches the surface. As she steps out, she sees what remains of the city. Buildings are in ruins, smoke fills the air, and there is no sign of life. The world she once knew is gone. She stands frozen, staring at the destruction around her. Her expression is empty. Shock, grief, and exhaustion all blend together. There's no clear path forward, no certainty about what happens next. The ending leaves many questions unanswered, open to different interpretations. Has she truly survived? Or is she only stepping into another kind of nightmare? Thanks for watching. Once Upon a Rewind. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next video. Got a special recap request? Drop it in the comments.